today I'm pleased to bring to you Sister Tracye Lynn McQuirter, who, as I said earlier, sought us out to give a presentation and share her lessons learned in her health journey. And there are so many to learn. I have been on a similar path for a while, and it's just so many mazes you can kind of get lost into. And and just living through the book, see that there are a lot of tidbits that can be used so that we don't have to take mistakes. So that is quite significant. I'm going to ask you to please not be shy when you come up in terms of sharing your own personal background and what brought you to this space and place, what inspired you to write the book. We are going to take some time after your presentation for formal questions and answers, and then we will have our book signing. We definitely appreciate your support regarding whether you're able to actually purchase Tracye's book today. If not, however, we do still accept donations. Because Afriware is more than a bookstore. We're a bookstore, we're a gift shop, and a cultural event center. And all of that takes staff and resources. So however you're able to support, we appreciate it. So we will have a donation basket at the front desk for those of you willing to support with that means. So without any further ado, let us please put our hands together and we will now welcome Tracye's story.
Thank you very much, and I'm really excited to be in this space. It's a beautiful store. Thank you, Nzinga, for having me here. It's just a wonderful testament that the store is here and available to the community. And just to tell you a little bit about, I'm not going to talk long, I hope, and just to tell you a little bit about how I came to be here. I am a nutritionist. I have a master's degree in public health nutrition from New York University, and I've been vegan for about 20 years, and I'll be 44 this September. So it's kind of second nature to me now. But when I first started, it was not. And the main thing that happened to me, the pivotal thing that happened to me to lead me on this path to becoming a healthier eater, and then to become a public health nutritionist, and then to write a book and actually go around and kind of evangelize about eating vegan foods, was a lecture by Dick Gregory during my sophomore year at Amherst College. And I have to tell you that up until that point, I was a very, very unhealthy eater. I never ate vegetables, I never ate fruit if I wasn't forced to do it by my mother. So when I got to college, my freshman year, I went to Amherst College in Massachusetts. I had gained 25 pounds by my freshman year, by the end of my freshman year. So if you all may be familiar with the freshman canteen, I was gained twice that. So I was still gaining weight during my sophomore year. And our Black Student Union brought Dick Gregory to campus to talk about the economic, social, and political condition of Black America at the time, and this was 1986. And we invited students from UMass, Hampshire, Smith, Mount Holyoke, in addition to the students at Amherst, to attend the lecture. So it was a packed lecture hall, and Gregory came up and just decided to start talking about vegetarianism and how unhealthfully most Black folks eat. And so I immediately tuned him out because it reminded me of an experience at Suburb Friends School, which I attended from 3rd through 12th grades in Washington, D.C., and that's the school that the Obama girls now attend in D.C. And in my 7th grade year, two of my teachers decided that our class camping trip should be all vegetarian. So I wrote a petition, tried to get my classmates to sign it, thought vegetarianism was something extremely crazy and bizarre who does that. So I never gave it a second thought. Fast forward 7 years, and here I am sitting in this lecture, and here is this other crazy person telling me that, you know, I should consider vegetarianism. So I tuned him out until he began to trace the path of a hamburger from a cow on a factory farm to a slaughterhouse, to a fast food place, to a clogged artery, to a heart attack. And if you know Dick Gregory, you know that he can talk. He can be very graphic. He can be humorous, but he can also tell you like it is exactly, and that's what he did. And that's really what got me, because I'd never heard that before. And so I immediately decided to become a vegetarian, and that lasted for about a week. And I thought, he's crazy, nobody gives up meat. But I couldn't get what he said out of my mind, so I went home that summer, did all of this research at the library, along with my mother and one of my sisters, and decided that what he said was actually true based on the reading that we had done, including his own book, Cooking with Mother Nature. And I mean, we read lots of books. Everything that the Martin Luther King Library had about vegetarianism, we read that summer, and what I could get from the Library of Congress. So I went to Kenya the very next semester. I was taking my junior year away, and I had decided by the end of the summer that yes, I was going to be a vegetarian. That was the healthiest way to eat. But when I went to Kenya, I was in Nairobi, Kenya. I was going to be there for the first semester. I had no idea where to eat, what to eat, and I was one of 30 students, and they fed us. And they did not feed us vegetarian food, so I would have to go out and find my own food to eat. And I didn't know how to do that. And plus the food was good. They were serving us. Even, like I like to say, even the hot dogs tasted fresh because they were, I guess the animals that they were using were a little more fresh than what they have in the States. So, but two things happened that semester in Kenya that made me know that I actually would become a vegetarian. The first is that we stayed with a group of people called the Maasai, and a lot of people are familiar with the Maasai. And we stayed with them, we traveled with them for about 2 to 3 weeks. And one night we went to a mountain cave. We climbed way up to this beautiful mountain cave, and we took 2 goats with us. And on the first night, the Maasai slit the Maasai men who were traveling with us slit the goat's throat. And then they began to drink the warm blood from the goat's neck. That's what they did. They invited us to do that as their guests. So a lot of the kids did that. And you know, they knelt down, they drank the blood, and then they made Dracula faces with the blood dripping down, you know. So when it was my turn, I knelt down to drink the blood, and then I stopped and said, if someone were to give me a glass of blood in the United States, I wouldn't drink it, so why am I going to do it here just so I can go home and brag that I drank a glass of blood? So I didn't drink it, and I decided too that I wasn't going to eat the goat meat, because they skinned the goat, they killed it, they skinned it, and they chopped it up, and they grilled it. And the other goat was tethered to a tree nearby, and I was sitting like directly across from the other goat. And also the night before we climbed up on the mountain cave, I had seen a live goat being born.